Okay, can you guys hear me? Let me see. Wait. Wait. Hold up. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hang on. Hi. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's working. Cuz like my plan was like to watch it from my phone to see if everything's going well, but okay, it is working. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right. So, thank you all so much for 100 subscribers. I just want to start off by saying that. Holy crap. 100. That is a lot more than I thought I'd be getting this year. Like this year I was like, okay, by December I want to have 50 subscribers. You deserved it. Oh, thank you so much. And like somehow I reached 100. I think I'm at like 112 right now or something like that, but yeah, so basically this is just going to be like a live Q&A. You can ask questions here if you want. I added a link in the description to the post that has the rules. But like just a basic rundown is keep it PG, keep it civil, respectful, stuff like that. Oh, you just subbed to my channel now? Oh, thanks. Yeah, so first I'm just going to be reading like the Q&A stuff from an old post I did that I like never did anything with. Yeah. All right, let me see. Sorry if the stream just randomly dies. I've literally never streamed on anything before. Okay. Okay. Trini_1 asked, who is your favorite OC that you've ever created from any fandom? Okay. So, probably Sandy. I actually just used her as like an avatar in a game I used to play called Animal Jam for a long time, but I really liked her design. Even if it was just some kind of weird hot pink, white, purple, wolf, fox, dragon thing. Is the Love Bug still your favorite, or has the Thomas the Tank Engine fandom outcompeted it? Okay, so I'm gonna get jumped by a lot of people because I know that probably the majority of my subscribers are Thomas the Tank Engine fans, but I prefer the Herby movies to Thomas the Tank Engine as much as I love Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm sorry, don't kill me. I'm sorry, don't kill me. Yeah. What movies have made you cry, if any? Oh. Um Okay, so there's not many that have actually made me cry. There's plenty that have made me tear up, so I'll be including some of those. When I was younger, Night at the Museum, the dinosaur scared me, but like I was a kid then, so like, I feel like that's a little bit different. This one is so embarrassing, like actually, so there's a YouTuber. I think It's Noah Bisson or Bison or something like that. I don't really know how to pronounce it. He like announced a Herby fan film last year. No, the year before last year, sorry. And I was like excited because it was like coming out in September. I was like, this is gonna be cool. And then I didn't discover it until like December last year. Like I couldn't find it. It was called Herby's Friend Rescue, I think. Anyway, so I like watched it. For a Herby fan film, by the way, this was actually pretty decent. Anyway, so I watched it. But there was a scene like when Herby asks Noah like where he can find Jim, and Noah's like, "Oh, Jim Douglas died while you were gone." And I was like, "Please, please, no." And then there was like the saddest tribute ever. So like it was like a compilation of random clips from the Herby movies involving Jim Douglas and Herby. If and y'all have ever seen Toy Story 2, like that song called When She Loved Me, you know, when Jesse's talking about what was her name? Emily? Her kid or whatever. Anyway, that song is so sad, but they like added another song that was the same song, but it was a million times sadder. I don't know how to describe it, but like if you go watch Herby's Friend Rescue, go to that part, and I dare you to not cry. Like as a Herby fan, I was so sad. It was so flipping sad. I literally cried in front of my mom too. My mom was right there, and she's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, so I cried at that. There was another movie. I think I cried like one tear or something, but it was called A Million Miles Away, I think. I think it was about the first Hispanic person to go to space. It was actually a really, really good movie. But like there was a teacher that like came back, and I was like, "Oh my goodness." Because she like believed in him the whole time. That was so awesome. Then there was also Unsung Hero. Unsung Hero is really good. It's based on the Christian group for King and Country. Like at one point the mom was like, "Okay, so we're going to have to burn the ships because as long as we can go back, we will." I almost totally lost it there because Burn the Ships is a really popular song by them that my mom used to listen to constantly. So I was like, "Oh my goodness." Yeah, okay. Next one. An anonymous user asked, "What got me into vehicle-based characters and why do I like them so much?" Okay. So growing up, I watched a lot of like living machine type of stuff. Of course, there was like Herby, there was Thomas the Tank Engine. I didn't really care for Thomas the Tank Engine. Rory the racing car. Tayo the little bus was a huge one. How's that show still running, by the way? There was also Blaze and the Monster Machines. Bob the Builder. Auto Be Good. I don't think anybody knows what that is. And probably like a million other things I can't think of. I don't know exactly why I like them so much, but I've never been able to like connect with human or animal characters as much as I have with car characters in like fiction. So I don't really know what that is. But yes, Rory was a good show. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I did really like it. So yeah, I don't know the exact reason, but yeah, that's definitely contributed to it. Maybe the familiarity and stuff. I watched Fireman Sam too, but I don't know if that really counts. I haven't watched it in 8 years. Yeah, that's probably close to how long it's been since I've watched it. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I think Ty with a Little Bus, other than Herby, was the thing I loved most as a kid. But like I rewatched it. Like they made a new season. Hey, Trina. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Like Ty with a Little Bus, I loved it so much. Like they're still making seasons of it. Why? I don't get it. Does anybody even watch it anymore? Anyway, so I like watched a couple episodes, and something I never liked about Tayo, like, at least when I got older, was when they seemed to make it kinda, like, over the top, goofy, fantasy, stuff like that. Okay, good, okay, good. I pronounced it right. Like, they brought, like, dragons and stuff into it. They, like, brought dragons and stuff into it, and I, like, just didn't like that very much, like, magic and stuff. That's, I think, another reason why I like Thomas the Tank Engine. It was decently realistic, but anyway. Okay, what else did they ask? Hang on, let me pick up my phone. Are you also a furry as you use anthropomorphic characters for your channel? Okay, so no, not really. Um, so yes and no, actually. Like the description of like a furry as in like a noun is just someone who likes anthropomorphic animal characters. I think they're really cool, but I'm not like a part of the furry fandom. There was a time when I'd tell you otherwise, but no, I do not consider myself a furry anymore. But I do think anthropomorphic animals are cool, like, you know, Sandy exists. I hate drawing furries so much, though. Like, you know, I use one as an avatar for my channel, but you have no idea how much I hate drawing them, like, actually. Like, they look really cool, I just really suck at drawing them. So that's why I hate drawing them, but yeah, I do think anthropomorphic animals are cool, though. As long as they're, like, not weird or gross ones, you know what I mean? Okay, what else we got? Even if not a furry, if you think those characters are neat, do you have any interest in characters which also incorporate vehicle elements? Generally, yes. I do think like combinations between like cars and animals can look really cool and stuff. Um I just don't draw them that much because I'm not good at that kind of thing, but I do think they are very, very cool. Let's see, what's next? Or even made up species based around the concept of hybrid between the two, like airplane dragons. Yes, airplane dragons are so cute, dude. I will never in my life be able to draw an airplane dragon, but I really, really love their designs. I think they're really, really cool. I'm sorry, I don't think I read enough of this comment at once. Same goes for humans as well for incorporating vehicle elements. I don't know about humans in like vehicles as much, but I don't know, like the first thing that comes to mind when I think of that is Transformers. I've never seen like a full Transformers movie. All I saw was like the end of one of them in Chili's. I'm not joking, by the way. This is a true story. That's all I've seen of Transformers. Like I saw a bunch of trailers for Bumblebee and I was like, "Hey, this looks like a Herbie movie." But like I never ended up watching it or any other Transformers movie or the show or anything like that. Lastly, if you like other types of object, bleh, I can't talk. Lastly, if you like other types of object based characters like object heads or designs which are fully just an object like the Omega Mark Horse spray bottles. So what? I'm sorry, I don't understand that last part. What are the Omega Mark Horse spray bottles? Is that like a TV show? I don't I don't know what that is. Um object based characters. I loved Bumblebee. Really? It's good? I might have to watch it at some point then. Um, what is an Omega Mark Horse spray bottle? What? Okay. Um, do I like other types of object-based characters? Well, I really like the Brave Little Toaster, like the original. I like the second one too. I watched the second one a lot. The third one was kind of weird, but I mean, yeah, generally. Object heads, not as much. I don't know what it is. I just don't like them as much. I do think they're really cool, but I just don't like them as much as like object characters or car characters. But I don't know what Omega Markor spray bottles are. I'm sorry, I don't know what that I don't know what that is. I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't know what that is. How have I already been streaming for 15 minutes? It feels like it's been like 2 minutes. Okay. Um Sorry, let me see if I missed any other like already written down questions. Oh, what's your favorite Herbie movie? Herbie and GS, that one. Um Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. My favorite like growing up 100% was Herbie Fully Loaded. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy with that one, like a lot of people don't like it. Look, I respect that cuz I if I had watched like every Herbie movie religiously before Herbie Fully Loaded, then yes, I 100% think I wouldn't have liked it. So, I have no problem with those who don't like it. Seriously, it's totally chill. Growing up, it was definitely my favorite though. Like seriously, I would watch it like at least 5 times a day for like a solid a solid year. Yeah, but currently it's Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. I don't know why. I think the romance in it was done a lot better than Herbie Fully Loaded personally. Although I don't really like the thing with Jim and Diane. I don't think they I don't think they had any chemistry. And I pointed this out in one of my other videos like I don't think Diane makes any sense. She's like all feminist and all that jazz and like okay, but there wasn't any point in that in the end, I feel like when Jim had to save her anyway, like I don't need any man to save me. I mean, like I know she didn't say that, but that was like her whole her whole personality, but like then Jim ended up saving her at the end. So like what? And then she becomes more feminine after that. Like that was so confusing. And I think like seriously, this is like top 10 best scenes in all the Herbie movies when Herbie's like trying to like I don't know, like I know like Jalen Morin, I think that's how you pronounce it, like upload the clip and titled it Herbie attracts Giselle, so I'll just like call it that because I don't know what else to call it. And like the waiter's like, dude, I am losing my mind. But then like someone pointed out in the comments on that clip, like he could have just told the other people to look over there too, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh my word. But yeah, I really loved that scene. I don't know why specifically though, that one's my favorite or anything. Like, maybe it's the romance that I absolutely loved. Dude, I have like this whole stupid AU fan fiction thing for Herbie and Giselle that it is actually crazy. I feel like I should talk about that, but then I also feel like I don't. Bleh, I shouldn't because like I don't want to scare you guys to death because and look, like I came up with it when I was like I don't know, like 8 or something. But then like finished it like when I got a little bit older. Anyway, like in a stupid AU fanfiction thing, they have like 5 kids. They have 3 beetles and like 2 scorpions, Monte Carlos, whatever you call them in your country. I'm supposed to call them scorpions, but I like calling them Monte Carlos better. That's the type of car Giselle is, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, I'm a bit of a strange person, but yeah. Okay, did anybody else ask any questions? Let me look. Okay. Still looking, sorry. Okay, I don't think anybody asked any other questions on any of the other Q&A posts, so do you guys have any other questions like to ask here? If not, I'm probably going to end stream. What inspired you into your content? Let me think. What inspired me? I don't know, because like I watched YouTube like all the time growing up. I'm sure a lot of you guys did too. Um I would usually watch, Herbie related videos and stuff like that. My first video. Okay, so originally it was supposed to be an art channel. That's why, I was going to do like Sandy's scribbles, like scribbles art. But as much as I love making art content, I just like talking about movies I like and stuff more. But my first video was like how to draw a cute Lexus RX 350. By the way, like I released it for a couple days for like my channel's first anniversary. By the way, like please never follow along with that. There's so much stuff I wouldn't do now that I did in that video, but anyway. So, and then my first public video was just like a random thought that came to my head. I was like, "Hey, why don't I do like my parents' car plays Rainbow Friends?" I don't know what part of me like possessed me to do that. And I actually tried to make a part 2, but I didn't. Anyway, so sorry, I'm not very good at answering this question. Let me restart. Um Really just like the movies I loved growing up and stuff like that and seeing other content creators like talk about the Herby movies and stuff. Okay, but that video was hilarious. It was hilarious, but it was so stupid, man. I don't know what I was thinking. Also, oh, the Rainbow Friends one, yeah. But like, here's the thing. Also, I have beaten Rainbow Friends so many times. So I was like trying to act like I hadn't played it before, but I've played Rainbow Friends like at least a billion times. I've beaten it like almost 100 times. I haven't played in a long time though. Like, by the way, what are they doing with Chapter 3? Like they got a lawsuit or something, but they haven't come out with Chapter 3. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like yapping now, but anyway, yeah, really just movies I liked, like the Herbie movies, Thomas the Tank Engine, stuff like that. And like, I love telling stories. That's why I like art and a lot of other stuff. But like, I don't like talking to people. I'm not very good at it, so I don't know. I guess just like I like telling stories, so I wanted to do that on YouTube. I don't know. That's the best answer I have for that. That was really a yap fest right there. Sorry about that. Okay. Um. Whoa. Drop my flippin' phone. I bet I'm gonna like come back to this live like in an hour and be like, dude, what was I talking about? Or maybe I like screwed up when I was saying something. I don't know. Okay. Any other questions? I don't see any on the post anymore. What? Um. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think there's any more questions, so I'm probably gonna end stream in a minute. By the way, how did The Lion King beat How to Train Your Dragon, and which one has a better soundtrack? For songs, yeah, I can see it, but oh, what's your best drawing scribble/scribble? Oh man, that is probably a very difficult question. Uh, oh man, I'm trying to think. I have no idea. Actually, I would look. Oh, seriously, How to Train Your Dragon is better. I'm sorry, guys. I like the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack more, but anyway, I don't really know. Uh, Maybe like an art fight attack I did this year. Y'all probably don't know what art fight is, but basically it's like some kind of like online thing. Hi. Basically it's like some kind of like online thing where you like draw other people's characters and stuff. I drew like a bunch of Volkswagen Beetles. That turned out really good. I asked them if I could post it on YouTube, but there's one person that still hasn't responded yet, so I would show it to you, but I can't. I did a weird scribble of like a weird car dragon thing that looked like a combination between a Murder Drones character and a Blaze and the Monster Machines character. That was not my intention, by the way. Maybe I'll post that later. I don't know. I just nicknamed him Crunch LOL because, like, based on a typo I did. I don't know. But yeah, I don't really know. Maybe I should ask the person if I could post the drawing I did. done streaming now? Like, oh, 30 minutes. Okay. Oh, no, 25. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, back. How did you come up with your character? Do you mean like Sandy? Sorry, I didn't know what else to say. But yeah, do you mean like Sandy? Yes. Okay. Um so sorry. I created her. What is up with your OC? Um I created her like some point between 2021 and 2023. I just used her like as an avatar in a video game called Animal Jam. It was like a coyote actually. She's mostly based like her actual drawing design is mostly based on like a wolf fox combination. Um she was like a hot pink and white fox, no, wolf, sorry. Coyote, I don't know what I'm talking about. And with like purple sparkly wings because like if you play Animal Jam, they have like these potion things you can put on items to make them look like sparkly and stuff. It had like a galaxy potion on like some kind of freedom wings or something like that. Anyway, I really loved how they looked, and so it was just kind of hot pink and white purple coyote for a long time, and I even though it was like a really basic design, I just really liked it. Feel like it resonated with me really well. So, yeah, that's kind of how I created her. I just really suck at drawing her consistently. Well, I I think at like 30 minutes I should probably end stream, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you guys for all the questions. I hope you learned some new character lore about me today. And thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Holy crap, that is amazing. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I reach 200. I don't know what I'm gonna do when the Thomas meets Percy animatic thing reaches 10,000, but normally people draw their OCs, but I build them out of Lego. That's really cool. I don't really, I don't think I could build them out of Legos, but that sounds pretty sick. But like, yeah, that is so insane. And if anyone's curious when I'm gonna be making another one, I don't really know. Probably some point, early August, something like that. It might take me a little bit because the last one took me a really long time to make. But I do have an idea planned out in my head for what I want to do. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. And with that, it's been real, and I'll see you next time, y'all skis. I'm sorry, I had to say that. All right, thank you. Bye. Wait, how do I end? Okay.